Well, grass monkeys, this is going to be a little out of the ordinary. I have a Is there any mail for me today? You're pre-approved. Don't give a shit. Pre-approved nothing. I don't want any of them. I don't want any of them credit cards. They can keep them all. I have one. And that's all I need. That's all I want. I want no more. Stop sending them to me. I probably get 5-6 pre-approved credit cards a week in the mail. Sometimes they're from the same company, sometimes they're from different ones. But anyway, that's neither here or there. So this is going to be an odd video, and I'll tell you my dilemma, and then I'll tell you how I'm going to solve it. I have this old, like, hell, I don't know. I think it's probably 6 foot round hot tub, right? Now, it was given to me 5 years ago by a buddy of mine. He had it at his parents' house. They had it sunk down into a deck. Well, they tore the deck off the house, and they end up building an addition off the back of the house. Okay, so the hot tub had to go away. They asked me if I wanted it. Well, I worked for a pool company for years as a side job, and at different periods on and off I worked there full time, and I know tons and tons about hot tubs and pools and things like that. So I figured, free hot tub, why not? I'll fix whatever needs fixed on it, and I'll have a hot tub for free. Well, that never happened. So I put this hot tub out back behind my shed, flipped it upside down so it wasn't getting all destroyed, and I was going to cover it up with a tarp until I got to it, and I never did. So, needless to say, it has been sitting in western New York weather for 4 or 5 years now. Snow, rain, ice, you name it, and this thing's shot. Well, I started cleaning up the back of my property the other day because it's been neglected for a while, because of how busy I've been over the last year and a half or so, and I had all kinds of crap back there. So I called this guy up that is a local scrapper in my area, and he used to be a mechanic, and he hurt his back, and he's been out of work for quite a while now. So he does some scrapping on the side, and he has people that help him, and that's where he gets his income. Besides his disability, he uses that to supplement his income. So whenever I get scrap steel, metal, whatever, aluminum, I call him and I give it all to him. And he stockpiles it until he gets enough of it, and then he hauls it up to the scrap yard. Now the prices of scrap are down; they have been for a while. So for me to just take a couple things here and there, it's not worth my time. But him taking full loads of it, he gets a little more off it than I would. But anyway, so I have this hot tub, and this hot tub's sitting back there. So I called the landfill, and they said, well, here's what you can do. Because I asked what my options were. I said, can I bring this over there? It used to be you can take a pickup truck load of shit over to the landfill, right to the scale house. Didn't matter what the hell you had in there. And you pay like $25 for a pickup truck load. And right next to the scale house, they have these huge dumpsters, and you just unload it yourself into them dumpsters, and you pay the $25, and away you go. Because the garbage trucks will only pick up certain things and so much of whatever. That was a cool bird. Anyway, so I called them and asked them what my options were, and they said, well, the fee is $55, and you can bring it over. You have to cut it up first of all, because it's got to fit in the dumpsters. So I'd have to cut it in at least half, probably quarters. I don't know how big the dumpsters are, but if I remember correctly, they're not all that big. So at least cut this thing in half. Well, so I'm sitting there thinking, okay. I said, well, what's the price again? She said $55. And you have to have your driver's license, and you have to either have a local check. So, a check your own personal checks if you live local, you know, showing your address on there that you live local, or like a bank check. Well, so I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about it, and she goes, yeah, that's the way you're probably going to have to do it, because if it's over a ton, then the price goes up from 55. I'm thinking, well, 2 people picked this up and put it in the back of a truck when I brought it to my house, so it's not over a ton. And you got to figure a ton is 2,000 pounds. So 1 ton equaling 2,000 pounds. If it was 2,000 pounds, 2 dudes ain't picking this thing up and putting it in the back of my truck, so it's far under a ton. She goes, because you can't put anything out to the road that's over 65 pounds. So I thought, this tub is fiberglass. That thing ain't heavy at all. It's no big deal. I can tip it up on end, because it's round, and roll it by myself. It's just awkward, but I can roll this thing. It ain't that heavy. So I'm thinking, it may take a little bit of work, and it's going to take me a little bit of time, but I really don't have nothing going on right now anyway. The estimates that I've been running the last couple days, I'm still waiting for a couple of them to come back. A couple of them I do have to do, but they're not booked until at least next week, when the temperatures start warming back up a little bit. And today's Tuesday, and my garbage comes on Mondays. So why not just take a Sawzall with a long, aggressive demolition blade and cut this frickin' thing up in like 4 pieces? If I quarter this thing and cut it up in 4 pieces, I got time anyway. What the hell's the difference? It shouldn't be that bad to cut up with a Sawzall. I should be able to cut it up pretty good, I'm thinking. And if I do it that way, each piece is going to be under 65 pounds. Why not? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it up in 4 pieces, because I got the time to do it anyway, and get each piece under 65 pounds. And then next Monday I'll put like 2 pieces of it out to the road with my garbage for the week, and the following week I'll put the other 2 pieces out there. Save myself the $55, save having to drive over to the landfill, and just do it that way. Not a big deal, right? So that's the plan. The problem is, even though I have every tool under the damn sun, you can find anything in my garage. For some reason, I have never bought a Sawzall. I don't know why. I could have used one a million times. I have no idea why I don't own one. So I called a buddy of mine who has like 3 of them. I said, let me borrow a Sawzall. He said, come get it. So I'm on my way to his house right now. I'm going to borrow a Sawzall from him, and I'm going to attempt to cut this damn thing up. I have no idea how easy it's going to cut or how hard it's going to cut. I may end up saying screw this and hauling it over there and paying the money anyway. But either way, I have to at least cut it in half, they say. So we're going to see what happens, and I'm going to film it. So stay tuned. And that's that. All cut up. Didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would. Went from once a round hot tub to nothing. Look at all the crap that come out of it. All that styrofoam and plastic. That's all it is. Styrofoam and plastic. If anybody wants to know what the inside of a hot tub looks like, that's what it is. That's it. And that's where it was sitting. I still need to clear out all this pile of junk right here. This is all stuff from an old deck that all needs to come down. And I have a spreader there with a aerator on the bottom, and that's just a drop spreader or a drop seeder. So I want to get all this cleared out back there. I'll get rid of all that lumber. I already got a place for all this lumber to go. I don't like to burn it because it's all pressure treated. But I got the rest of the fence put up there, and I just got to finish the top railings. I got to clear out them bricks over there and get that old trailer out of there. But this, see, this whole area right here was all twice as high as what's left right there. So that's all got to come out of there still. But I cleared all this out and burned it all in the burn barrel and threw a bunch of it back in the woods, the bigger stuff. There's my sprayer. It has a pump that goes on the side that I keep inside. And it pumps out of this tank here and a hose back here. And I had it given to me. I wanted to put a wand across the back with jet sprayers off it so I can spray lawns with it, but I end up, as some of you guys know, I end up not really getting into the fertilizing like I'd originally thought I was going to. So, just haven't had need for it. So I keep the pump inside where it's not going to get destroyed. But yeah, this is just a little lean-to I'd built with my roller in there, and the agrifab is tucked in there. And I keep the Ferris in here. And I used to restore a lot of old garden tractors. That's one project I was on. That's a 1964 Springfield 36. It was, I found it in the field, rusted, weeds growing all up through it, everything. It was pretty bad. But I did a lot of work to it, stripped it right down, repainted the whole thing, put a new engine on it, put AG tires on the back, tri-ribs on the front. This here is a 1954 Pennsylvania Copar Panzer, and the hood and the rest of it's all up front. This shed has pretty much become a catch-all. The only thing I really keep in here, here's my old blower. The only thing I really keep in here that I use regularly is the Ferris. But other than that, everything else up front. So anyway, a little bit of an oddball video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know Mike from Something to Look At It will like it. He loves destroying shit. But yeah, that's about it. Now I'll put a little bit out to the road a week and let them take it. Landfill says they'll take anything 65 pounds or under. Each one of these is well under 65 pounds, so bam, they ain't getting my money.